Hey guys, I'm Brian. This is Fish Off Road. Appreciate you guys checking me out today. Today's going to be a little bit of a story time, so don't let me kill your day or waste your time. I think I got a pretty funny story for you guys that are out there riding side-by-sides, four-wheelers, dirt bikes, anything. It could happen to any of us. Unfortunately, I had my thrills of the outdoors about a week and a half ago. So in my previous video, I did a rack replacement. This thing was trashed, needed to get rid of it, gone. Put a new Super ATV heavy duty rack boss in it, fantastic. Take it out for a couple quick rides, just to feel it out, get the alignment done, all that. So one evening I come home from work, had a short day that day, I don't remember, I think it was a Sunday or something. So I decided to take the wife out. I'm still in my work clothes. We're just gonna go have an easy ride. Kind of go piddle around in some local trails, which you guys will get to see in the near future. I've got to remember to take cameras with me when I go out. Things I'm working on 2055. So we go out for a quick trip. I'm not a mud guy. I don't like playing around in the mud. It's just not my forte. I like crawling, I like climbing, I like fast. So anyways, I'm trying to get to a hill so I can climb it. I see this massive mud hole and I say, well, I'm not going through that. I try and break off to the left side of it. My passenger side where my wife's sitting, of course, drops down in one of these ruts. It's gotta be, 3.5 feet deep. So the buggy's sitting completely sideways, sucks. She's of course very unhappy. I look forwards, I look backwards. I'm trying to determine, can I back out at this point? Can I go forward? There's two trees in a Y shape from where I'm at. Two heavy trees, nice older trees. So I'm thinking in my head, okay, let me just get on through this. If I sink, I sink, I'll winch out. That's what I do. I try and prepare for these things. Even though I like to go fast, I still have a winch on my machine. I have a 4,500 pound winch on it. Everything I have that goes off-road has a winch on it. So I've already decided I'm just going to try and go through. I'll use my winch if I get stuck. Sure enough, I make it like 5 feet. We're sunk, all 4 tires now, sitting on the frame. Gooey, soggy stuff. So I climb really and truly up out of the machine, is how deep these ruts were. I climb up the wall, out of the machine, out of the hole, pull the winch rope out, and on my very first pull, I get some of this gloriousness here. So my winch rope on my 4,500 pound winch has just comes apart. So I try over and over again in this mud hole for 30 minutes solid, trying to get this winch rope tied back together in some fashion enough that the spool of the winch will catch it. I eventually give up because the rope gets so short after so many breaks and so many reties that I don't even have enough to reach either of the trees anymore. So I get out a ratchet strap, I'm trying to dig it out, I do the log method, I do the rocks method. And keep in mind, it's just my wife and I. So she's a real big help when we go out riding, but she's not a real experienced off-roader. So essentially in a recovery situation, I'm alone. She's just there for moral support. So the machine at this point is perfectly fine, other than a broken winch rope, and I have no way out. So I call a friend. He's nice enough to come out there. I've been trying to get this thing out for about 3.5 hours before I called him. I had to swallow my pride and call somebody for help. And of course, I'm way off in the woods. So I've got limited cell service, trying to get somebody to my location. It's gotten dark at this point. It's probably like 34 degrees. We're both soaking wet, my wife and I, from being in this mud hole, in and out of the buggy. And he comes out there and we try a few different ways to try and get this out while we're waiting on another machine to come out and pull. So while he and I are working on it, one of the methods we tried was to climb the side of the rut on the right hand side and go towards the tree using a larger ratchet strap that he had brought, something you use on like a tractor trailer. So he's ratcheting, I'm just going light on the pedal. And he's saying, you know, give it, and I feel bad for the fella because he's out there working in the cold and the wet. He says give it, and I give it. So I lay on it, and sure enough, I didn't break an axle. I didn't break a diff. Of all the things I broke, I broke my prop shaft. As you can see, she's got a little bit of a twist and a pretty substantial bend in her there. Broke the U-joint on one end, twisted the shaft, broke it off. So then I lose my front tires. And the other guy that's coming to help, he shows up, you know, within about 15 minutes of that. We make a plan. He goes ahead and gets us out of there. And I say, okay, I can get home in two-wheel drive. I haven't gone in anything too crazy to get where I was. I make it just a few feet. And the way that prop shaft is bent, it spins around, wraps up in my winch wire cables and my entire wire harness that goes from where the seats are all the way forward, which isn't everything for the motor, but it's everything up front. So I lose CAN bus, I lose steering, lights. I mean, there's no point in even trying to drive it at that point. Ignition switch eventually goes out, no gas pedal. You know, everything's electronic, so pretty much everything was out the window. So we're in the dark. It's gotten to about 11:30 at that point, and 2 Pro Rs is what it took to drag this dead weight out of the trails that I was in, get it on the trailer, bring it home. Here in the past week, I've been able to get a new section of the wire harness, get it in, get it replaced. I've still got to button everything up, so a couple more hours of work just getting it buttoned up. On a good note, you guys will see me putting in and trying out this awesome new Rhino Bounty Series driveline. It's just the front section of that prop shaft. I've already got a Super ATV carrier bearing, heavy duty carrier bearing in there. In the rear part of the prop shaft, when it goes, I'll replace it with the same thing. But for right now, this is what I need. The carrier bearing's already good. So I'll do a quick review on this once we get there. As usual, unsponsored ad for these, but from the reviews on anything from Rhino and of course the stuff that goes on Super ATV's site, it looks like a great piece. And of course, comparing it to that other one out there, there's no chance this isn't a substantially better piece. Go ahead and open it up. I haven't seen it yet. So it does come with a roll pin, which is pretty awesome. I had concerns about that when I took the other roll pin out. Anytime you pull a roll pin out, you're going to get just a little bit of pancaking on it. So I already thought maybe I'd have to file that other one down, but nope, brand new roll pin. Decent little packaging, nothing special, but it looks pretty good. It looks solid. It is definitely heavier. If you're looking for weight savings, this is not the way to go. So, do some of that. I'm going to go grab the other one real quick. Do it side by side on them. Wow. Wow. What a difference. I'm going to let you guys check this out real quick. So this is my original. I'd say the length is a little bit different, probably from the massive twist in the middle of it. So came with all the U-joints. Fantastic. Nice little grease zerk on that end. Here's my pinhole on this end for my through pin. Roll pin that came with it. Splines, even though you can't see great in the lighting, splines look good. The diameter of this shaft, I hope you can tell on camera. Oh yeah, you can. So this is a true prop shaft. No comparison whatsoever to that stock unit. I was surprised before that the prop shaft broke before the front drive shafts or the front diff, but now looking at that compared to a true piece of pipe, that's fantastic. That's going to be a huge difference, and really I hope it gets rid of some of the common Razor 900 and 1000 vibration and noise issues in that prop shaft and those U-joints. So I'm going to get to that here hopefully this coming weekend in a few days. So when I do that, I'll do a quick time lapse, show you, get everything in, get my wiring finished up, get this thing back on the trails this weekend. As always, thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate the support. Share me around, like, subscribe. Here soon I'll get some rides out there, some POV stuff, and maybe some outside the buggy stuff, local trails, and then sooner or later I'll take you guys on an adventure with the wife and I when we travel around the lower states. So appreciate the support. Let me know if you want to see something else like this, or if you want to see riding videos or whatever it is. Just let me know. You know, I'm here to entertain you guys with my torn up toys and any kind of repair help I can do. So give me some feedback, leave some comments, share with your friends. Appreciate it.